Hello, welcome to Biography TV. If you're new here, please subscribe and turn on the notification button so you don't miss our next video. This is the biography of Simon Mahlathini Nkabinde. Simon Mahlathini Nkabinde was a South African singer whose style is called mbaqanga. Nkabinde is the exponent of the deep-voiced basso profundo groaning style of the music style in the 1960s. He was a very active recording and performing artist in South Africa and nicknamed the Lion of Soweto. He performed with the Mahlathini Queens and backed mbaqanga band from 1964 to 1971 and then again from 1983 to 1999. They toured the world after the release of Paul Simon's Graceland album in 1986. Nkabinde was born in 1938 in Alexandra Township of South Africa. He began singing as a young boy, leading choirs at traditional Zulu ceremonies. By the time he became a teenager, his voice was highly admired. As he became much older, his voice became strained and was reduced to a rough sound. His parents were concerned at that time. They thought he'd been bewitched, only to find out that he was grown up. Nkabinde joined the Kwela group called Alexandra Black Mambezo, which had members such as his older brother Seth and Aaron Big Voice Jack Leroll, the originator of the singing style known as groaning. In the late 1950s, he joined the black music led by prolific talent scout and producer Rupert Mugabe. He then began recording female artists such as Dark City Sisters and the Flying Jazz Queens. Nkabinde's voice made him suited for the groaning vocal style. This set him apart as he became the leading exponent of the style. His vocal rendition, however, was to inspire a whole generation of groaners. He started his professional career when ace producer and talent scout Rupert Mugabe took him and other musicians from his old record company to his newly founded company, Mahlathini Music Company. The Mahlathini House Band was renamed the mbaqanga Band. The band consisted of a host of instrumentalists and female singers. Nkabinde was placed as the band's regular groaner. When they became Mahlathini Queens, Nkabinde fronted the Mahlathini vocal team, which became highly popular and productive. He and his associated acts were highly successful in the 1960s and the 1970s during the period. They released hits such as Sithuiwe, meaning We Have Been Sent, later recorded as Thokozile in 1986. Also, they recorded hits such as Umoya, The Wind, Imbodlomane, which means groaner, and Batwayana, which means children, later recorded as Nina Majuba in 1986. Having become successful, he was known by his national nickname Indonda Mahlathini, which means the main man. He made several appearances alongside the Mahlathini Queens and the mbaqanga band. Nkabinde fell out with Mugabe and left Galo Mahlathini band for another company, the Satbell Record, under producer Cambridge Mathwane in 1971. He recorded a new female troupe called Mahlathini Queens and a new backing band called Mahlathini Guitar Band, also known as Ndondo Bashize. He had success with the new band because of his already famous moniker and impressive stage presence. He remained very popular throughout the early 1970s, but soul and disco styles began to take over in the late 70s. The reunion of the mbaqanga band and the addition of modern drum beats almost made mbaqanga fall out of favor. Their comeback album, titled Omakawe Omakashio, sold very well, but they separated after only a few reunion releases. Nkabinde later formed a new band called the Mahlathini Nabo. He was able to record a multiple of successful releases with Amazwazi Mvelo. Many of his tracks also appeared on the groundbreaking British compilation known as The Indestructible Beat of Soweto. In 1986, Paul Simon's album and tour, tagged Graceland, was influential for African musicians. The album had several well-known black South African musicians, including Lady Smith Black Mambazo, and the regrouped mbaqanga band, which had Nkabinde and 3 of the Mahotela queens, namely Hilda Thrubatla, Nobesutu Mbadu, and Mildred Mangzola, so as to fulfill the demand for African music overseas. The band recorded their comeback release in 1987 titled Thokozile, which was very well received internationally. The band toured the United States, visiting many cities, and also performing alongside Stevie Wonder, Europe, Asia, and Australia, appearing in their own concerts and hosts of other events. The band were known in France for their song Cassette Cassette. Mahlathini and the Mahotela Queens celebrated their 30th anniversary in 1994 with the album Stocky Stocky, released internationally on the stable of Shanachi Records in 1996. The band was, however, struck with a blow when their saxophonist and producer West Nkosi was killed in a car accident in 1991. Guitarist Mark Mankwane also died on the day Nkosi was buried as a result of complications of sugar diabetes. The group performed their last live concert in 1997 as a result of Nkabinde's failing health. The ailing Nkabinde and Mahotela Queens recorded what was to be their last album together, titled Uhmutu. The album was dedicated to Nkosi and Mankwane. Nkabinde, however, died as a result of complications of diabetes on the 27th of July 1999 at the age of 62. By the year 2000, all of the members of the mbaqanga solo band had died, and the Mahotela Queens decided to retire. However, in 2001, the group decided to return to help keep the music that Nkabinde had popularized. They formed a new backing band and then released records to pay tribute to Nkabinde and the original mbaqanga solo band. One of their notable albums released in 2001 is titled Se Bye Bye. What's your take on Nkabinde as an African musician? Let us know in the comments section below. Will it be so ridiculous to subscribe to our channel? If no, please like this video, share, and subscribe.